Ms. Brock Watson, you are suing Mr. Johnson for $2,950 for the balance of a loan you extended him that he has failed to repay you.
That is correct.
You've told us that in 2020, Mr. Johnson needed a driver's license to get reinstated in order to qualify for a job that he wanted. And because of lots of problems with his license, he needed $3,000 in order to get his license reinstated. You loaned that $3,000 to him. He made one payment of $50 and has not made another payment since. So
That's
you
correct.
would like your $2,950 back.
That's correct.
Mr. Johnson, you acknowledge that the plaintiff gave you the money when you needed it and that you committed to paying her back. But you've also told us that she got you fired from that job, which caused you to struggle financially. And you've explained that years went by without the plaintiff inquiring about the money and instead only being interested in pursuing a relationship with you. So you took that to mean she didn't want her money back, and you think that she is only suing you here today because you do not want a relationship with her. So you don't believe you owe her anything. Okay, Ms. Brock Watson, you have known Mr. Johnson for 50 years?
Yes,
How
50,
did
50
you first
plus
meet?
years. Him and I met, I was 12, he was 13. We were playing flag football with some friends, and I was somehow ended up on the bottom of this pile. He reached into the pile, put his hand out, the sky opened up, stars aligned, and I reached for his hand. He pulled me up, asked me if I was okay. I saw him as my knight in shining armor. And from that moment, I knew that he was my guy. So over the years, we maintained contact.
So this is not a case where you lost touch for 30 years and then reunited.
Correct. We've even established a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship in about 1995 and 96.
Okay. Mr. Johnson, did the clouds part for you as well, playing flag football that day?
No. She remembers the details a lot better than I do, but we did develop a relationship throughout high school, and once again, it rekindled when we got older. And from that time to now, she was like the most honest person that I knew. You know, she never smoked, she never drank. She would keep me out of trouble at different points in times.
So she's been an important person in your life for the last few years.
Not necessarily important. She's been in my life, and I've actually been trying to get rid of her because she's like a stalker. You know, and I didn't ask her to loan me the money.
All right. Okay. So, Ms. Brock Watson, how did it come to be that you found out that Mr. Johnson needed $3,000?
He called me and told me that he was being considered for a position with the town that we live in.
And this was during COVID, is that right?
This was
like
in
when
August
it was in
of
full
20,
string.
This was in August of 2020 when he was being considered.
Okay.
And he even asked me to be on the phone call when he did the phone interview. They were aware that I was on the call, but I didn't speak.
All right. Mr. Johnson, tell us about this job you were up for.
The job that she's speaking is where I'm currently employed. I work for the city of Atlantic City. At that point in time, I'm working in this position for over a year. The position that I had required me to have a driver's license. What happened was that the superintendent started to slide downhill from the director of public works. She's biting his head off, telling him, how can you hire somebody that doesn't have a valid driver's license? So he's biting my head off. He's saying to me, she called me on the phone and she's listening to what's going on. I never asked her for the money. My thing was, I would rather just go on a payment plan. But she insisted that she pay the money. She never gave it to me directly. She paid the Division of Motor Vehicles, sent me the receipts. I went, took them to him, and I'm currently working in the position that I'm in.
Okay, so how was Ms. Brock Watson able to listen in on what was going on just by calling you?
That's right.
She and I were on the phone.
Just talking about something else?
Yes.
So the superintendent was chewing you out, and as you were on the phone with her talking about something else?
Yes.
All right, there's a lot to unpack here.
Okay, there is a big correction.
Hold on.
We're going to get to that. Okay. And I'm not sure I even care why she loaned you the money, but I'm going to go down this road. So how long was your license suspended for?
Probably like 20 years. I lived in Atlantic City, D.C. I was using public transportation. I didn't need a driver's license.
And what was it going to require to get your license back? Just to pay off fines?
That's it, yes.
It sounds like a pretty awkward or odd time for your supervisor to be coming in and saying you need your driver's license to keep your job while you're on the phone with someone else.
You're misconstruing the information. I was not about to lose my job for the position that I'm in.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have a driver's license before you're hired.